Hello and welcome back to Attiny85. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make an Attiny85 beating 3D printed heart that is a perfect gift to give to a loved one on Valentine's Day. Let's get started. And these are the items that you're going to need to make for this project. The items you're going to need is a 3-volt button cell battery, 3-volt button cell battery holder, a push button lock switch, an 8-pin IC socket holder, an Attiny85 microcontroller, a Perfboard, and 2 red LEDs. Now let's go ahead and assemble this project and let's get started. First, I'm going to start with taking the 3-volt button cell battery and place it onto the Perfboard. This side's positive and this side's negative. And now solder it into place. Next, take a push button lock switch and place it next to the positive terminal of the 3-volt button cell battery holder. Solder it into place. And now solder bridge it to the positive terminal of the 3-volt button cell battery holder. Next, I'm going to take the 8-pin IC socket holder. I want to place pin 8 near the push button lock switch. Clamp it down. Solder it into place. Place a light amount of solder on 2 pins of the IC socket holder, so then that way you can remelt the solder, press the IC socket holder so that way it can be flush with the board. Press it down, remelt the solder. And there, now it's flush with the board. And now you can solder in the rest of the pins. There we go, just like this. Next, I'm going to take a bridge wire and solder bridge the push button lock switch over to pin 8. Hold it down, solder it. And now add a little bit more solder so it stays in more secure. Cut off the excess. Next, I'm going to go and take these LEDs and I need to modify them, because as you can see right here, if you take the LED, put the battery on, the LED lights just like that. But as you can see, it has a focal point, and I don't want that focal point there, so I want it to be able to spread more evenly. So to fix that, I'm going to need to hold it right here carefully. To fix that, I'm going to need to hold it here carefully. Get some clippers and clip the LED. Don't go too deep, otherwise it won't work. Just go slightly over the top. Carefully, just like this. And wear eye protection when you do this as well. So cut right here. There we go, just like that. And now you have a smooth top. Now let's see how that looks. Ah, good, it still works. And now, it doesn't have that concentrated focal point. The LED light is now dispersed. Of course, when you get close like that, it will. Perfect, just like that. Next, I'm going to take the LEDs, where this is the cathode, and this is the anode, and I want to take the anode and place it next to pin 5, and the cathode over to pin 4. Place it into the Perfboard, just like this. Hold it down, bend over the cathode over to pin 4, and bend the anode over to pin 5. Solder it into place, and then solder cathode to pin 4 and solder the anode to pin 5. And now cut off the excess. And now with the second LED, I want to make sure that the cathode is with the cathode and the anode is with the anode. Bend over the leads, just like this. Spread them apart a little bit. Take a little measurement to have an idea of where to place the solder. Solder 10 the leads. And now solder the cathode with cathode and anode with anode. There we go, and cut off the excess. And there, the second LED is now soldered into place. And there, the circuit is almost complete. Next, I'm going to take this negative wire and solder it to pin 4 of the IC socket holder and the other end of the wire to the negative terminal of the 3-volt benzo battery holder. Next, I'm going to take the Attiny85 microcontroller and place it into the IC socket holder. Place it in just like this. And now take the 3-volt benzo battery and place it into the holder. And there, the circuit is now complete. Let's go ahead and test it out. And now push the button. And there, the LEDs are now flashing. And this right here is the 3D printed housing of the heart. What I need to do is assemble it and place the circuit inside. I'm going to take this piece and glue it into place. And this piece here is meant to hold the circuit into place. Spray some activator. And there, nice and strong. And now I'm going to take these little cubes and some neodymium magnets. I'm going to place the cubes on all 4 corners and then attach the neodymium magnets to them. Put a little bit of super glue and a neodymium magnet. Wait for the glue to cure. And now slide a magnet off. And there, it should look just like this. And now repeat the same process with all of the cubes. And there, it should look just like this. And now repeat the same process with the magnet flipped in the opposite direction. So then that way they can stay attracted to each other. And glue them onto the cubes. And now take some hot glue and place a little bit in the corner. Take the neodymium magnets, put it in the glue, and now orientate it in the proper orientation. Wait for the glue to solidify. And I'll take a little dab of hot glue and place it on the opposite cube. Put a generous amount. Work quickly and take the second half of the 3D printed heart. Place it in carefully, push it closed and make sure it's nice and even. And now you should be able to open it up just like this. And now repeat the process 3 more times and it should look just like this. And now I can be able to open and close it perfectly just like this. Next I'm going to take the circuit and glue it to this frame. And there, now it's put into place. Now the project is now complete. Let's go ahead and test it out. And there, it works. Now let's see how this looks in the dark. As you can see, this looks very nice. And in person, this looks a lot better. Not very well on camera because of the shutter effect. But as you can see, it works, and it looks very nice. This will make an excellent gift to give to a loved one on Valentine's Day. And there you have it. Now you know how to make your very own Attiny85 beating 3D printed heart with using a few simple components. And there you have it. Thank you for watching Sci-Fi Tech. I hope you learned something new. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and of course click on the bell icon to be notified for future Sci-Fi Tech videos. Till the next tech, goodbye.